Clash Royale has been falling off the cliff for quite a long time, but today the time has come. Hello, I'm Santaur, welcome to this video, and today I'm going to put a stop to spitting into Supercell's face, and I will mention some of the main points that are actually making Clash Royale good these days. You still can find some points where Clash Royale dominates even with its decreasing player base in recent years. First of all, I would say that the concept itself is very good and Clash Royale has shown it in the past. It is very enjoyable for players to be able to make their own deck and choose what cards they like to use. From my experience, it is safe to say that the progress on lower levels is still fast enough, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. Getting a bunch of new cards from nearly zero is so much fun and it gives players something to look forward to. As a second point, I am going to mention unlocking new features over time. From the look of a new player, it still feels like you are progressing very fast. I think the new features are distributed fairly well, and it for sure motivates new players to play more and more. This is a little worse for an already experienced player because they haven't got to grind for these things and they got them instantly because of their already high level. However, despite this, players are unlocking many new game modes that include 2 vs 2, clan wars, challenges and tournaments that are very well made. It brings a whole new fun factor into the game and makes it more unique. As a third point, I would like to mention the grind.
I know, this is what makes Clash Royale bad.
I think it is not as easy as many players are stating. I personally love grinding and I think there are many mobile games that you can play for a long time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not defending any of Supercell's greediness in recent years and I am a big and a fan of the new level 15. But still, I think that there has to be some type of grind that motivates you to invest time into the game. Of course, I have some conditions to make it work. First, you have to see a clear finish line that you can possibly reach in your lifetime. A level 15 doesn't meet this condition. Secondly, I think it should be possible to reach the goal as free-to-play player before you die. Level 15 also doesn't meet this condition. And for the third and last condition, I think it shouldn't affect the gameplay in a way you completely can't compete against your opponent. Of course, not even there, the level 15 meets these conditions. Many of you could say the same about lower levels as well. However, I think it is not. Nearly all of players around level 11 are not on the level where a slight change of interactions affects the gameplay that much. I understand that playing against high tier level opponents is frustrating, but this is how the game works. The real problem I see is on high ladder. These players are already OGs and are important for the core of Clash Royale. This is the level of gameplay that is already very hard to achieve as free-to-play player, and adding new levels makes it impossible for them to compete. But now I am going to talk about the good stuff that Clash Royale has to offer. I think the addition of card masteries is a very good grind next to the leveling of cards. This type of update actually doesn't affect any of the gameplay and is fair for both sides. Plus, it helps free-to-play players, which is the thing that nearly all of Clash Royale players wanted. Card masteries are actually really hard and is the thing Clash Royale needed. It gives you something to achieve with a reasonable price. Despite this, Supercell found a way to destroy something that works by replacing the gems price by a mere amount of gold. However, as it stands today, I think it is a great addition to the game, but Supercell should bring gems back into the card masteries. Next, I'm going to talk about often balance changes. This is a must for any game that heavily relies on many heroes, respectively cards. If you don't change anything for a long time, the game becomes boring. If you buff a card too much, players are going to be angry. This is where Clash Royale is making very good. Not exactly in balancing the cards, but in doing it often. It is very positive because it helps the game to feel fresh and shift metas. However, there is always a downside. Even though the changes are often, they are not any good. Supercell doesn't want to take any responsibility or blame, so they started to use new voting system for players. This is Supercell's new way of listening to the community, but there are few flaws. players are voting from a restricted numbers of cards and buffs or nerfs that Supercell decides themselves. So there is no way to affect card that Supercell doesn't want. And the next problem is that all players can vote. Now you can criticize me because of discriminating players, but wait till I say what I mean by that. You should know that there are many groups of people in Clash Royale. New players, mid-ladder players, high-ladder players, and professional players. Now you should know where I'm coming at. There is no way beginners know what is good and what is not good for the state of the game. As beginners, they maybe don't even know how some of the cards are used and their abilities or capabilities. On the other hand, you can't only rely on the opinion of a professional player. There is nearly no chance that changes built on professional players would suit in Clash Royale's mid-ladder and low top ladder, where is the most of the players. Both of these groups have their own preferences. New players are liking OP cards and non-meta cards, but this would be too unpredictable for unprofessional gameplay. When you think about all of this and consider the work that Clash Royale team has to do, I think the state of balancing cards in the game is not even that bad. Another factor you have to consider is marketing. Developers can't just make a new card and make it bad with the lowest usage in the game. Gaming is business as every other and they have to make money. Last thing that I'm going to talk about are card evolutions. I saw many different opinions about this edition and I want you to hear my takes on this topic. First of all, I would say that the idea is very good and Supercell could make it work pretty well. It brings something unique and new into the gameplay and it affects players already from the King level 7. This means that it is not a feature for top players like champions and level 15, but even new players can benefit from it. This would mean that there is no downside and everything is going to work just well. Of course, it is not just that easy. Supercell made it nearly impossible for free-to-play players to get all 6 evolution shards and pay vote them very badly. I am a player with around 6,000 trophies and I have no clue how to get them except the Clash Royale shop where they want juicy rollers. Personally, I think the addition of card evolutions would be pretty nice if they are just make evolution shards just a little harder than legendaries. Personally, I think the addition of card evolutions would be pretty nice if they just made getting evolution shards just like a little harder than legendaries or even the same. In the state they are right now, card evolutions are very OP. It can definitely make a day and night difference and frustrate all skill level of players. As of now, Clash Royale is going to fall more and more. Supercell has to change their whole approach to attract some new players and bring us OG players something to look forward to. I also think that Supercell should support its content creators just a little more than they are doing now, because they are the only ones that are saving their jobs. I believe that Clash Royale has a bright future, and even if I couldn't make this video only positive, I have faith in Supercell developers. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Santaur and I make SL style of video about mobile games. I'm planning new big swings in the future, so if you are interested, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. See you soon.